What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Borussia Dortmund FM26 save. So on this screen right here, we're taking a look at some players. I thought we'll do something a little bit different. Take a look at some loans. We've had one, at least in this area, naturally scouted from Villarreal. And then I've taken a look at some others myself. Match. I haven't heard of him, as you can sense by the unsure of the pronunciation. Elias, whether his first name or last name, he looks quite talented. 21 years old. It seems like he's probably ready to take that step. But a lot of these players are not going to be cheap. Like, to think of them as future players, you might think, why are you scouted? Like, you're one of the best teams in your league and in Europe. I'm not trying to say we're like the best team in Europe or anything, but I'm just leading to this Kevin from Fulham. He's not a bad player. They played him in the EFL Cup and he scored. So good form. And then in the non-competitive games, he shows he's got that nous to find the back of the net, which is good. So at that point, like, why? Why are you looking for loans? You're Dortmund, almost the best in the league. Loan? Oh, look. Bayern Munich is interested in him. So, there's quite a few decent players for loan. So, I went for the reason, that the American we got, I left... No, I can't remember his name. We're not that deep into it yet. Cole Campbell. Okay. It won't take too long. He's got that, memorable name, but you can see the difference. Sure, he's got a bit more pace, and I can't naturally go back that quick. We'll get there, though. We're not far off. And play a few clicks. Some of these players, and even from Real Franco. What a name. 18 years old. He's at the top here, highest value. I was looking for someone that could play centre mid because one of our sales was that type. Nico O'Reilly, I feel like his update would be even better. He's been very impressive in real life. I've enjoyed watching him, even though I'm not a Man City supporter. I just think, I like seeing up-and-coming players. And then, this is with my football manager head on, or hat, however you want to say it. It's that versatile, someone who's natural in centre midfield and left back, and then ability to be trained in some other positions that are not like a close position. Well, apart from, I guess, right back and left back, that they kind of match. But then he can be trained like attacking midfield or striker, basically. Someone, who's like a natural left back. He's just one of those type of players who's a naturally good footballer, that tells me. And then, of course, as I said, watching him in real life, and then based how he's rated in the game as well. But as I said, and then with his height, he's tall, he ticks all boxes. He's got everything. He's got everything. He looks like a great prospect. So you can see why. And he came through Man City through the ranks. So, I think you can see why they probably saw him from an early age and had him in their youth system. Saw him as a prototype if he did develop well, and he clearly has done and continuing to do so. But before we hype him up too much, maybe we'll just get a scout report after all that, because still, as I said, technically, well, I didn't say technically, it was kind of overall, I feel he deserves an upgrade. So he might be let down. Well, average rating, solid or passable. You can't let your real life opinions overshadow what the attributes in game say. And if he was someone at your team, you'll see him as continuing to develop. But not quite. So even Bergvall from Tottenham, I think he could be closer to be a contender. Really like his first touch. He's a bit more balanced. He's more that central player. So I don't mind that because that's what I was looking for. Corners, free kick taking. So just another set piece taker into the ranks. And then, he can, from that, how we utilize a DM or a centre mid. hover back to the tactics screen. You can see it from there anyway. You can cover those roles, those positions, however you want to word it. But I feel, he could be ideal and maybe a more realistic target. Whereas he came from Sweden, obviously. He's Swedish. We can see that. And he's, been in the Premier League now. And I think he's a realistic target in the way of the player he is. Not that he's rumoured to go to the Bundesliga, but you could probably see that happening. Tottenham, are we going for a Tottenham fringe player? I put that in my mind, and you get turned off for a second. You're like, hold up, what's happening? So Valentin Barco, I'm really getting, how do you say this? I'm looking at the positions they can play, and for him in our formation, our tactic, if he can tick left back, tick centre mid, and potentially maybe not, because I always have got this thing. We can easily put him there, but it doesn't quite fit into our role. See, I could do this. I could be here for 30 minutes, if not an hour. Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. And we're looking at loans. I did that initially, so I click less buttons. We can see recruitment. I like how that's there, and we don't have to navigate to something else. That's very good. So we'll go for a transfer interested, and maybe someone, because I'm not sure if we're actually going to make a sale. We're not getting transfer offers, really. So what we're going to do, we're going to quick filter, transfer listed. We just quick filter it. A potential. Harvey Barnes, really at 27? He's going to improve, is he? I really like him, I'll tell you what, but probably not going to go him. I'm disappointed how he's rated, especially mentally. I feel like there's just a lot of... I feel like he should be better. He's been really good. Well, maybe he should increase. He should have some potential to get better and be a realistic rating. But let's sort by ability. Let's see a bit of... See, I like recording this and not editing this out. If you're wondering why you're seeing this all, it's like giving you just like a rundown how I go about things. You might just ignore it, or you might just be intrigued how I look up players, and you might do the same. I never know. But ideally, I like going for someone for the future. That'll be great if someone's first team ability. But the thing is, recommendations, Keane Lewis. See, realistically, you can't say English players don't go to Germany. It's happened. There's only loanage to Keane Lewis Potter. See, I like him as a player. Not too bad. Not because I've just about forcefully had him in my fantasy team. Because he's a pretty cheap player. But I've got an eye on him, I'll say. I'm not going to splash money, but I like going through all this. We're going to sort by transfer value right now. Not all players we're going to have scouted, so there might be someone else. Brooks, again, let's try and stay away from England. We might try and pick up someone else. We'll keep in mind Adama Traore. Obviously, he's got a lot of pace. Ceballos from Real Madrid. Could he be Ooh. Obviously, Spain hasn't got I haven't downloaded any special packs or anything like that, and I'm trying not to be honest, just keep the game pretty, not having a lot of files or whatever. But anyway, I might if I'm really desperate. But he's listed really good technically. He does not have that DM position, but we can navigate that. We could use him because I feel like we do need we can use our other players in those roles. I feel we need that other creator to rotate and then to put a bit of pressure as well. So Brandt, and he'd probably come in and be better than Brandt. And we got Bellingham. I like because he's a bit more balanced. as you can see, and you can place him in that DM. So that's what I mean. We can use our other players to cover those roles. Like we've got Felix as well. We drop him in there. So we've got, we already have those names. I'm sure we've got another one. Yeah, Sabitzer as well. So we've got those. We've got those. So I feel like that attacking type. And I feel, his value is above a 9.6. So he's 29. But right now, how I'm recording this series, I feel like it can work. It can work. Physically, he's not crazy. Scout report, we'll get a scout report on him. So maybe we'll just wait it out. But no, we can't wait. We can't wait too long. Hopefully, get a scout report quickly. Let's see about this. What if we go to make it? What's that? 9.6. I'm just making sure of his. But we can utilize the feature. What is it again? Ask agent about availability. Okay, there we go. He's got a generated face. What's the price point? 7.6. Yeah, I thought I read that when clicking somewhere and not that 7.6. But anyway, 7.6. Did I read? Did that just get updated, bro? Maybe just me going crazy, but probably not. But can we go back to that screen? Thanks for the feedback. So yeah, that's what I mean. 7.6. That doesn't even blow all of our budget. And as I said, I think he fits in. Where are we now? If we go back, see, okay, make an offer. We're still adjusting to the game. I'll go 7 mil. Suggest terms. See, I feel like or maybe not because he's listed. No, okay. We'll remove that. We'll go 7.5. Suggest terms. There we go. I think I negotiated that pretty well. So that's 7.5 euros. Don't forget we're using euros for the currency. We are in Germany, makes sense. And we that fee is just a little bit low, a little bit below his minimum fee release clause. So I think we did well there. That's why you can really take advantage of the major clubs like the Real, Barcelona's, even Bayern Munich as well. Like we're not that level. We can still compete and contend for Champions League, but these type of teams, the Man Cities as well, they're going to have still really, really quality players. I'm not going to say world class. They probably want to keep their world class players, but players that are not far off that level. They're still really good footballers and could improve your team and improve our team here, even if it's just adding to depth. They just got players that are not being given game time, so they want to leave, or the clubs just don't think they're good enough, and so they transfer list them anyway before that fact. We'll try and make a deal here. And he's interested in joining. That's what I meant. Like, ideally you want to see a scout report. But the thing is, like, I don't need to know his potential. And a lot of the time, that's when I scout players, or younger players anyway. Like, you can see what he's offering. Sure, you might uncover things like injury prone or a few negatives. But when you've got a certain footballing knowledge, and I definitely don't have the highest, it's like playing FM for years and whatever, and you're watching football, average, especially the Spanish league, you kind of know the player that he is. When it comes to regens, new gens, whatever you want to call them, and young players, it's a different kettle of fish. You can use your own knowledge. And again, not trying to claim I have the most footballing knowledge in the world, but I think you get the point. So go to contract negotiations after all that. Regular starter, finalize the promises. Let's get into it. Wage. That's a drop to what he's on now. And I'm aware of what a few of our others are on. I'm not going to go too crazy about this. Like, you can be really, really careful. Unused sub. See, what we're going to do, if we drop the appearance fee, unused sub, increase, because like I just labeled, he's going to be a rotation player for us. Like some games he'll start, sure, but when he's on the sub bench, I feel like I'll bring him on a lot. Yeah, for that creative mid position. So it suggests I didn't even adjust anything, did I? Like wage. I'm like, yeah, just give him that. That's what I mean. We can afford to be in that position. Like ideally, maybe would have lowered his wage a little bit, but yeah. Lower his appearance fee, but increase the unused sub fee. But also, I like this feature. 4.4% of overall wage budget. That's those little football manager things that tickle your brain, and you're like, I know it sounds weird, right? All this, talk about the better graphics, better gameplay. Nah, mate, you can get me with this. A 4.4% of overall wage budget. That's what tingles the FM, I don't know. Whatever makes you love FM, that triggers that. Or me anyway. And I feel most OG FM players, but I mean, I've been playing the game since I was in high school and now I'm old as fuck, basically. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kill me for that. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. Like, I'm just, for people that get me and on the same wave, we don't need FC26 type gameplay. And considering I be playing that, we don't need all that. You can get me with this. Yeah, percentage of overall a wage that players take up. I'm too lazy to calculate that myself. But yeah, that type of stuff you can get me. And it says he's gonna. Yeah, we locked him in, did we? Very, very good. We're gonna accept that. Just you gotta be careful. Look at the terms and conditions and see. I knew the report. You're like, oh no, yeah, I knew it was gonna come in before. We were going to settle the deal. So cons, he's fair. Oh, this is where you might panic. Fairly susceptible fairly susceptible to injuries. Because here we go. I was going to talk from my experience. In my experience, when it says fairly susceptible, obviously you don't need experience. You can tell that's not the most harshest. And you're like, oh no, he's going to be in. No, sure, he may have a decent history with injuries, but you manage him well. Look. I feel like people can just see that and panic. No, he's injury prone, get rid of him. Asking price, yet below his value. Ability to dribble makes him difficult. Yeah, that's just reading off his attributes. Personality is fine. Moving to a different country will be fine. Enjoys the big matches. That's you. See, that's what I mean. It's hard to take priority. How do you rate a player who's good in big matches versus a little bit injury prone or maybe medium injury prone? I don't know how I'd rate it out of 10. I think they rate the number out of 20 like the other attributes, but still. And he's going to be a useful player. 3-star ability, but also 3-star ability is a leading Bundesliga player. So for the price we get him at, I'm pretty happy with that, because I feel like you wouldn't be forced into, but you could end up paying more money for a player that could have the same output or maybe not even as good. So, I don't know if I've actually managed him in a save, but I've always liked him. He's, that typical Spanish playmaking player. So I expect him to be at that level, and I like those 16s, the technique, passing, first touch, dribbling, vision. Like he's always, I feel like he's had those attributes locked in on the green. You know what I mean? You like to say it would be different if they were 15s, but I think they're like purposely all made 16. So he just excels as that playmaker in the team. So, I like when a player has that anyway. As I said, I think he's that typical Spanish playmaker. I'm quite happy to add that into the squad. And I've already touched on experience. That's the benefit of an older player too. I mean, he's 29. He's he's 5 years younger than me. Come on. Let's not call him too old, please. So confirmed, Danny there will send him on an intensive German language course. I'm not sure about you, but that's something I always do, and I don't know, does everyone do that? But I feel like it's a benefit for the player to learn the language. But yeah, that's like an always thing, that's one of the FM things. Like it's almost a habit. And we'll ask Brandt to welcome him, and they're going to be in the same position. So he's almost a threat to him. So I'll see what he thinks. But he's happy to do it. Okay. Like, ideally, like, you might think, oh, if you get him on the pitch at the same time, there'll be crazy creativity, and you never know. Maybe drop Bellingham to the DM position, and yeah, it just might depend. And again, I'm being really, I don't know, strict. I'm just like not interested in like talking to press at the moment in the save anyway. I've delegated, but I'm still getting pressed about it, no pun intended. So we'll make sure we register him as well. Just sort by positions. Danny. Confirm. So he's that 3-star, and even the board C+, so it's solid, and fans are happy to sign him permanently, or that he was signed permanently. So squad number, we'll see what is available. I don't know why it's not sorted by position. Any other way, like when it's sorted by position, the area, like how much you need to scroll down. Anyway, well, we're going to give him number 6. It's not the most outrageous. It was the single one that was available, and I think it'll fit him. So yeah, that kind of all works. See, ideally, when you press confirm, you do yes, and you'd like to think it just goes off this screen and just. But anyway. So because we spent a decent amount of time on this will be more of a transfer episode. Sorry that there wasn't a game, but do something a little bit different. Show you my process of signing a player, and like how we got to who we landed on. We were looking at maybe some younger guys, and then we're like, loan is not the move. And then we only spent a portion of our budget as well. I didn't want to blow it all. Maybe January, you don't know what happens. But I think, with Danny, we'll finish on him. But I was going to lead to just show where we are in the league as well, so we get the full complexion. We've played 2 games, so we're not going to get too excited. But we'll commence with another game in the next episode as we push on. I thought, we'll just do it's in 12 days, a bit more continuing. So I thought, okay, let's just try and do a signing. Towards the end of the window as we complete our squad for the season. I'm really happy with that, and we'll give a look at it. I'm just trying to cover all bases. Don't mind me. I feel like, first team. There we go. And once more, sort by position, and I feel like it's really balanced, and even if you see with our abilities as well. So, Gurasi, Chelsea, Newcastle apparently were interested, and all these others. And I like to think Gross. Where is his morale? Is he okay, mate? I've just promised you, his happiness is quite good. So, hopefully United just stay away. But see, his contract runs out at the end of the season. So, in the end, he might end up just leaving and not wanting to renew a contract. And would we want to? It's another season of declining in his attributes. That's a decision to make when we get to that point at the end of the season. So, we're going to round it up there. Again, of course, I know this is an obvious thing. We didn't play a game in this episode, but we will be, we'll get into a game in the next one. It was just, one-off episode, do something a little bit different. But I was going to say I might consider doing a different type of like FM videos, whether it be one of those rebuilds or whatever, because obviously, the views are flying in at the moment, and hopefully that's sarcastic enough for you to understand. But I'm not really paying attention to that so much. I don't even I'm not clicking on YouTube a lot during my day, obviously with work and other projects. So I'm not really paying too much mind to all that. Of course, I see when I click to upload a new video, but yeah, like I'm almost desensitized, if that's the right word, to numbers on the internet, because it's not as important as it used to be to me for this channel, especially. Yeah, well, more specifically, it's important in other areas. But yeah, it's not like, ooh, low views, I feel bad. Like, I don't really feel a way about it, to be honest. But it's more, I appreciate people that are here watching the videos, because obviously I had a huge break, and it's a mix of FM26 not really being up to standard. And, like, you can see that from the amount of people that play the game. So just so you know, from my point of view, I'm not really caring about it to that much. I'm just really how I'm seeing it is, I just want to record myself playing FM and upload it into the YouTube space. And because I was going to be playing the game anyway, so I thought, put my mic on, hit record on the program, and keep it simple as that. If I was playing FM, just record what I'm doing. It's as simple as that. Like I said previously, it's not going to be too advanced with all the camera stuff, and I'm just recording. If I was going to play FM, and that's where we're at. So I appreciate those of you that are here watching what I'm doing, because I know it's pretty low key. So I'll catch you in the next episode, where we will get into a game 100%. See you then.